Fall Guys is a game where you learn why we as a species are doomed to fail. It was initially released on August 4th, 2020 and exploded into popularity with its fun aesthetic and simple gameplay. On June 21st, 2021, the game went free to play on all platforms. And we're here to let you know if those changes were for better or for worse. We were excited to fumble our way to the crown once again, and we cover a new game every single week. So, to make sure you're up to date, hit that subscribe button. We've waited long enough. We're falling in to let you know if Fall Guys is worth your time. Gameplay so simple has never been so fun. This is a masterful stroke of accessible and fun multiplayer gameplay. It's rare to find a game that is simply so fun. Fall Guys takes major inspiration from the likes of Total Wipeout and Takeshi's Castle. You are one of 60 beans, and you must survive races and assorted minigames until only one bean is left standing. You can play alone, pair up, or take part as a 4-player squad. Solo games are simple elimination. If you fail to qualify for a round, you're out. Team games have each member of the team scoring points in a given round, and the highest point scores move on. This is a nicely balanced system and is more reflective of team skill over one individual dominating. Movement feels slightly clumsy, but it is intentional. You will constantly be falling over and bouncing around. The idea is that you're laughing the whole way. Controls are beyond simple. You can move, dive and grab. The devs take this simple moveset and apply it to some seriously wacky games. Speaking of, the variety of the games here is insane. It felt like I was discovering a new one every single match. The new courses have their own playlist and are all well designed and fun to play, save for this bounce house game. This one just felt clunky compared to the other similar games. The rest of the games are pretty solid, and some simpler games like Whirligig have variants, so they're always a little different. Slime Scraper is hell, but it's always a fun time. Not every game is a winner. The fruit matching one just takes the wind out of the game's sails every time it comes up. Wall Guys and Seesaw prove that we just cannot work together, but can be frustrating when you lose a round because no one will let the seesaw level out. Final rounds are solidly tense, with both versions of Hexagon being my favourites. I'm not a fan of Fall Mountain, but as with the regular stages, not everyone's a winner. To put it simply, I'm having a lot of fun 90% of the time. The humour of Fall Guys wears thin pretty quickly, but the gameplay is very energetic and always chaotic. In a world of super serious army man battle royales, Fall Guys stands out by being the equivalent of a fun day out at the amusement park. The only major issue I have with Fall Guys is the gameplay progression systems. With the shift from premium game to free to play, some changes were expected, but I honestly hate these, and these criticisms will affect the commitment score later in this review. Progression has 3 streams. You have your regular match-to-match progression, career wins, and battle pass progression. In the past, you earned kudos by simply playing matches, and you could use these in the store to buy costumes. Premium costumes could be earned with crowns, which you got for winning. You couldn't buy crowns, so winning came with extra reward. Now, you don't earn anything for just playing. Kudos and XP come exclusively from challenges, and crowns only progress your crown rank, which is the game's long-term progression, but as we'll get onto later, this is a grind. The challenge system isn't terrible, but I don't like being dictated on what I play if I want to unlock rewards. And Battle Pass progression gets affected in the way that you can play 5 games where you earn nothing and then shoot up 5 levels in one go. Passive progression has all but been removed from the gameplay, and the extra bonuses of winning have been stripped away. Playing dress up with my Fall Guy is not why I played this game, but the way progression has been tweaked is a major step backwards, and the game is losing a point for it. Overall, Fall Guys has wonderfully simplistic and fun gameplay that is easy for everyone to pick up. I'm always having fun when I play, and the few lesser minigames cannot detract from the plethora of solid ones. With that said, the progression systems have been completely gimped with the move to free to play, and whilst this is a very fun game to play, it is not a rewarding one. The end result is a 4 out of 5 for gameplay. Fall Guys has a simply fantastic art style that manages to encompass many different themes. Every choice made in regards to the art style is made to keep the game vibrant and colourful. Stages have simple designs, and each individual bean manages to have personality stuffed into a design a 5-year-old could draw. It's fantastic. I really love the different stage themes. The original theme, the castle, future, Jurassic, and now stadium. Each one gives the associated stage a unique feel, and there's always something new to look at. Games are distinct enough in looks that they never blend together. It's always incredibly easy to tell where you need to go and what you need to do. The art direction fuses with the gameplay wonderfully and makes for a super easy learning experience, even on your first try of a new course. Cosmetics are equally silly and have their own charm. There's plenty of care put into making your Fall Guy unique. And finally, we have the music. It's just fantastic. That main menu theme always gets me in the mood to play. And the in-game music is bouncy, but never distracting. It gives the whole game a severe boost in energy, and that is always welcome. Overall, Fall Guys has a solid art direction that is confident in its choices, and those choices fuse with gameplay fantastically. This is an easy 5 out of 5. Fall Guys has a very simple narrative context. You are all competitors on a total wipeout style game show. That is it. This is the perfect service to the gameplay and allows the devs to add whatever type of fun minigames they can think of. I can appreciate this for being totally simple and serviceable. As a multiplayer game, it's making more strides than the likes of Splitgate and PUBG, but it isn't pushing the boat like Fortnite. This section is brief, but with all that in mind, we're giving Fall Guys a 3 out of 5 for a serviceable narrative offering. The technical aspects of Fall Guys are pretty solid, but I want to begin this section with a major issue we faced on day one. We won't be deducting points for this in particular, as it was fixed at the time of this review being published, but it is worth mentioning. Matchmaking was completely broken on day one. Understandably, the move to free-to-play would come with an influx of new players. But I'm in the camp that Mediatonic and Epic Games should have been way more prepared for this, especially considering that this exact thing happened when the game initially launched in 2020 and was free to PS Plus subscribers. It got so bad at one point that my Xbox fell asleep whilst looking for a match. This was a terrible first impression. Again, we're being lenient with the connectivity issues in general here, because they were all fixed when we came back for extra footage. If you play the game today, your matchmaking experience will be very smooth. That aside, the content offering here is decent. You have playlists for solos, duos and quads. There is also a special playlist that at the time of review was showcasing the new game modes. There are also options to host and join custom games. Settings are simple but decent. Audio has sliders for master, music and effects volume. You can toggle special spectator music, and there are options for your audio format. Party chat can be toggled on or off. There is the choice between open mic and push to talk, with a slider for voice chat volume. You can choose your server region, and there are major language options. Crossplay can be turned on or off. We recommend keeping this on. Fall feed can be toggled, and the size of it can be tweaked. There are further toggles for squad leaderboard, auto grab ledges, crown grab prompt and static lobby background. In controller options, you can invert each axis, and there are sliders for axis sensitivity. Controller vibration can also be toggled. Controls can also be completely rebound. This is a really nice quality of life setting, especially since the controls for the game are already so simple. There are some major omissions here, no accessibility or graphic options of any kind. The omission is not a massive deal, but some accessibility extras like colorblind filters would have been nice to have. We should also mention that whilst we experienced no bugs, the Fall Guys subreddit currently has a pinned thread with some serious issues present. These are currently not fixed, and whilst some helpful tips are stated, the game is losing points for it. Overall, specs are a mixed bag. You're getting a solid amount of content with some decent settings, but also some big omissions. Matchmaking was completely broken, but is now fixed. yet other major bugs are still being worked on. With all this in mind, we're going to round out the technical section of Fall Guys with a 3 out of 5. What did you do? I am simply appalled with the changes made to the progression with this game. However, let's start with the good. Hard drive footprint is minimal at just under 4 GB. This is a really small install and that is always appreciated. Matches last around 10 to 15 minutes and are super easy to fit in around personal life and other games. If you need something silly to quickly de-stress, Fall Guys has you covered. I also really like that I got some goodies as a legacy player. These crowns getting converted into kudos instead of just deleted, and the free season pass were a nice touch. I feel somewhat rewarded for being a player from the start. With that said, I think you guys went way too far into free to play. You had a fantastic system before that encouraged people to play and win games, and it always felt like my playtime was respected. I understand that you have to make money, but stripping away game systems and replacing them with a cash shop is not the way to go. You no longer earn kudos or XP for just playing the game. You have to complete challenges. And whilst these are not hard challenges, it means that your progression is capped. In the past, you earned kudos and XP for just playing, and it was fine. Crowns are now useless outside of crown ranks, which gets insanely grindy at the end. The max rank is 4,500 crowns. Let's say you earn all of those by winning solo games, which is the fastest and most consistent way to earn crowns. That's around a 46 days of playtime grind, assuming you win every match, and every match lasts around 15 minutes. That is absurd. The Battle Pass has some cool rewards, but progression is locked into challenges, and those challenges have capped progression. The pass doesn't take too long to level up, but you'll go a few games earning nothing, and then jump up a few levels. The feeling of progression is very janky. Finally, we have the store. Kudos can be used on some items, and there is a divide here. If you're a player like me, who had loads of crowns converted into kudos, then you never have to worry about affording anything. If you are a new player, enjoy your challenge grind and the Battle Pass freebies. The new premium currency is Showbucks, which are priced in line with other free-to-play games, and say it with me, the prices are silly. You can buy items separate from bundles, which I like, and with how prices are structured, you may as well just buy the full costumes. This is a decent system, but I still don't like it. You can also purchase a starter pack and tier skips. This is pretty standard stuff. Overall, I'm just sad. Fall Guys had some seriously great systems in the past to reward playtime, but these have all been stripped away. Again, I understand that you need to make some money from your free-to-play game, but this is a jump so far backwards you've ended up in the Stone Age. Fall Guys absolutely respects your hard drive, but it doesn't have the same respect for your time and money. This is a major step back, and I hope that the devs will listen to community outcry and work towards a better system. We're leaving Fall Guys with a 2 out of 5 on our commitment scale. You took a bit of a tumble there, didn't you, Fall Guys? In the end, this is still a solidly fun game. If you don't take it too seriously, then you'll have a fantastic time with friends or alone. The variety and charm here is solid, and I'm looking forward to playing more. But the game has stripped away every single system that rewarded you for playing, and has lost a lot of respect for your time and money. The move to free-to-play has done wonders for getting this game back in the limelight. I just hope it doesn't fall over its own tied-together shoelaces.